Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious week of Overdrive. It is me, your half, the better half of the Kings of Commentary, the
Excuse me,
PNG
bitch?
of Power. Yes, I said it right. The PNG of Power, Elias Storm, is gracing you with his presence. Stanley, how are you feeling tonight, bud?
You know, you give your partner the opportunity to introduce his own show, and he shits on you. Outside of that, I'm feeling fan-fucking-tastic because the orange brand is going to shit on the white brand tonight. But that being said, you do have quite the compelling card sitting right in front of us. So I am very intrigued because your card has a lot of major implications tonight.
You're absolutely right. First thing first, ladies and gentlemen, after a brief hiatus after losing at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, returns. Later tonight, he will be hosting an open challenge. I can't wait to see who answers that. But our first match of the night, and honestly, once again, probably my favorite, because we always open with a bang. We will be having a cruiserweight showcase in which Johnny Gargano, Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar, and Mustafa Ali will be competing in a fatal four-way match. Will this match have implications for the International Championship or maybe even a potential Cruiserweight Championship revival? Who knows? In our second match of the night, we have the final match in the first round of the glorious Women's Tag Team Championship Blind Eliminator Tournament, in which Gigi Dolan and JC Jane of Toxic Attraction will be taking on the odd couple of Asuka and Charlotte Flair, former Women's Tag Team Champions. And then we have obviously the Roman Open Challenge. And after that, we have another tag team match to try and move up those rankings in the tag team title division for Judgment Day's championship. We've got the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, taking on Legado del Fantasma. I, for one, am very looking forward to that match. Then we have a $15,000 battle royale because, honestly, guys, who doesn't need more money in their pocket? This battle royale will be featuring Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk, Drew McIntyre, Solo Sikoa, the Rated R Superstar Edge, Charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy, Claudio Castagnoli, Apollo Crews, and one half of Team Canada in Tyler Breeze. And then for our main event, match which has absolutely devastating potential for the women's division, it'll be our glorious women's world champion, Becky Lynch, taking on Shayna Bazler, who, if she wins tonight, has the opportunity with two more wins to be the first ever double champion in the history of Overdrive.
Of course, Baszler and Mia Yim moving on last week by winning their match. And just imagine that. Imagine somebody as dangerous and as potentially powerful as Shayna Baszler becoming the first double champion. But first, she has to get by the man. A matchup that's happened before, and a matchup that, while was close, ended probably not the way that Shayna Baszler wanted to. Of course, that happening back at WrestleMania 36 in front of absolutely nobody. Partner, who do you have for that match?
As much as I believe in Shayna's fight, especially when I backed her and Mia last week to advance in the tournament, Becky Lynch has been absolutely on fire. And again, Stanley, this is a 15-minute Iron Woman match. And the last time Becky was in that, Jordan Grace was absolutely demolished when it comes to the count. Regardless of how well she did in the actual match, the end result was 5-1. And for that, I've got to give advantage to the man.
I see. And Jordan Grace probably watching this match with I don't know, but you definitely know that she has to be watching this match tonight, keeping a close eye. And of course, she and Becky did coexist for a little bit a few weeks ago when they had their shot in the Women's Eliminator Tag Team Tournament, but of course, both of them falling up short. The man, kind of in a sense, looking to get back on track with a win, and to further prove that she is, well, no pun intended, the man in the women's division.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I think with all that being said, partner, I think it's time to get an amazing night of OCW action underway, and let's start with that fatal four-way. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, coming to you live from the Trojan Wrestling Center. Our commentary booth is there. It's just off to the right of the stage. You can't miss it. And we have not seen Johnny Gargano since the OCW draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Johnny, after losing uh, has kind of been very sporadic. I maybe appearances about it around the Johnny Gargano can take his time to recuperate and get it, get his mental right. But Johnny here tonight has the opportunity to not only advance in the rankings in the upper mid card, but maybe potentially be in line for the revival Cruiserweight Championship. Obviously, that's a discussion with the upper management and the upper brass here and in the network. But I have faith in Johnny here tonight and getting back on track at Johnny Wrestling. The heart and soul of NXT needs this win.
I definitely say so because his other half in DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, been making tons of headlines over on the Orange brand. While he did suffer a loss at the hands of Moose last week, Tommaso Ciampa, of course, being the first ever Galactic Championship match and winning that spectacular three-way against MJF and Seth Rollins back at the draft. So I feel like, in a sense, that has to be eating away at Johnny Gargano. And now here comes Carmelo Hayes, a man looking to seize the opportunity, just as much, if not more, than Johnny the Young Hayes, I feel still has a lot that he wants to prove here in Overdrive.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm a very huge fan of Carmelo. He's been absolutely killing it in the Ultimate Universe as NXT champion. Recently parting ways with longtime friend and partner Trick Williams. But Melo likes to say Melo don't miss. And unfortunately, he did indeed miss losing that match to Santos Escobar leading up into the International Championship Triple Threat match. But I have very, very high hopes for Cedric as International Champion, obviously. But Carmelo is definitely his heels as an upcoming star. So I want the best for every guy in this match. But specifically, I definitely am backing Carmelo and Johnny here tonight.
Well, now, of course, here comes somebody else who was going for the International Championship, Santos Escobar. Of course, losing his opening round match. Santos definitely looking to rebound and trying to gain just a little bit of momentum. And, of course, his boys, Wild and Del Toro, of course, have a tag match later tonight against the Creed brothers. This could potentially be a huge night for Legado del Fantasma, but it all starts with their leader picking up a crucial win.
Santos has a very interesting track, obviously former NXT Cruiserweight champion. Santos is now a member of the LWO, being mentored by Rey Mysterio. Maybe that mentorship will lead to him to that win here tonight. But this is definitely a match where anything can happen. Every guy in this match is a high flyer in his own right. Springboards left and right, topes on helos, whatever. You can expect it all here tonight. And I think Santos obviously also has a chip in his shoulder. Every guy in this match. Santos trying to be the next great Mexican luchador probably has that just a bit more than the wins.
And now our final competitor, a man who definitely still has a huge chip on his shoulder. The only other man to get a pinfall in that Wrestle Mayhem International Championship match, Mustafa Ali returns to action tonight. And if you ask me, I think he wants this more than absolutely anybody else because Ali, his shirt says chasing the light. He chases the light. He saw the light. He reached for the light. But before he knew it, the light went out. But now, trying to chase that light and find it once again.
Yeah, obviously Mustafa has to be feeling some type of way about the fact the other half of the heart and soul of 205 Live is the current international champion with a loss only to our world champion on his record. Cedric is obviously the eye of the light in the eye of all these guys currently. I don't know if Mustafa has reached out to Cedric since their match at Wrestle Mayhem or not. But definitely, like you said, that's got to be a giant chip on his shoulder, seeing as they've been, synonymously tied together since both signed with WWE back in 2016.
So I guess possibly some hard feelings between those two stars, but that'll be selling at a later date. And a quick stare down, and Hayes making the first splash with a springboard clothesline on Ali. And we are underway. What a maneuver by Johnny Gargano. And now he's going after Hayes. The Cruiserweights doing what they do best as we get some double moves right here. off to a fast and ferocious start. Already a pinfall attempt. And this is the chaos of Cruiserweight Wrestling.
Absolutely. Johnny and Santos seem to be going back and forth. Johnny actually has a good amount of history with half of this now. You know, being a part of the dying days of black and gold, excuse me. You know, he and Santos have crossed paths before, and obviously he was in that War Games match with Carmelo Hayes, both men starting it off, and Johnny returning to being the Rebel Heart. I, for one, definitely think it'll come down to these two men, but I can't count out Mustafa or something.
Because I mean, as we said, Mustafa, he won one of the first matches to qualify for the International Championship. I feel like he kind of caught the OCW universe off guard winning that match, and Mustafa hanging around a little bit in this Mayhem match, and here he is working over Santos in the ring. Some positive momentum, goes the outside and the kick to the chest. Meanwhile, we miss Johnny just absolutely manhandling Hayes on the floor. Johnny telling him what for. So much is happening. Once again, off to an incredibly ferocious start here in OCW. Johnny
Hayes as Santos and Mustafa are coming. Santos counters here, looking for a maneuver.
As a fan, these moments are always hard to watch, just because you don't know who you want to keep your eyes on, but Johnny putting it back into the ring, making it easier for everybody involved. And all in knee to the face.
Well, Johnny counters here.
And Carmelo Hayes wisely rolling out. He's taking the majority of the pain.
Melo's taking a moment to talk. I don't know if that's a good idea, so he moves around the corner with that bat.
Oh my God! What is Ali doing? And meanwhile, what a suplex by Santos. I think he's going for 3 amigos. Hayes now drop kick to Ali, and all 3 amigos have come to the party for Escobar, and he could end it in the ring while Ali and Hayes are to the outside.
Get up, counting.
And now I do believe it was actually Hayes who Ali initially beat, as Escobar is busted open. 1, 2, and what a kick out.
He was barely kicking out after eating that turnbuckle for breakfast.
Wait a minute, Gargano locks in.
Gargano escape. Melo immediately knowing to break that up.
Of course, Gargano escape. Very deadly submission. Gargano escape is a submission you don't want to be locked in the middle of the ring, especially in matches like these. And Ali now, a first DDT, landing Johnny on his back. And Ali now, possibly looking to take the skies, but Johnny's already back up.
What a hurricane run there. Melo, it seems to be stalking Santos on the outside of the ring, as Mustafa is absolutely working over Johnny Gargano here. Going to the outside. No springboard attempt. Surprising here.
I think Mustafa's trying to go for the top rope, but Johnny getting up for it can be done, and a snake eyes onto the apron by Hayes. And it seems like every man in this match has battled each other in some way, shape, or form. And once again, these matches are so hard to watch. What a kick up by Gargano! Oh my God, we're screaming over each other as Gargano is back in the match. And meanwhile, on the outside, Hayes looking a little bit worse for wear. And a super kick to the back of Ali's head. That was brutal.
That feels good.
And Santos bats to the head of Hayes.
Now outside of the ring here.
And there's no count out, so either man could be out here for as long as they please. And Johnny doing a crab dance. Maybe he's looking for something. I don't know what the hell he's looking for.
Walking up to Santos.
Walks out to Santos, and Santos says, "No, bro, you ain't doing nothing to me." And Santos planting Johnny on his back and looking to invite 3 more amigos to the party. There's the second one.
This is a baseball bat. Into the standard suplex here.
And the last amigo has arrived. That's 6 amigos for Santos Escobar so far. And oh my God, what a suplex by Ali. And now all 4 men battling each other out here. Who wants it the most? Well, Johnny looking for a weapon. Uh-oh. Oh, my God.
Gargano going to town on Carmelo Hayes here. Up, but Lucifer breaking up. All right, Melo taunting again. Looks like that's going to cost him.
Yeah,
Swinging neck by Ali.
Melo, possibly a shout out to Montel Vontavious Porter. You know, maybe looking for the ball in, but immediately meets his maker with Ali. And Ali now throwing Santos into the barricade. Of course, that's one of the hardest barricades in all of professional wrestling. So you know that shit hurts. And he does it to Johnny, and Hayes is going to take him out.
Hayes is looking to grab the pin. No, he said he doesn't need it. Immediately ties it back up with Santos, throwing him into the hardest barricade in professional wrestling.
And the barricade is a bona fide weapon here, as 3 of the 4 men have been into it, and Johnny getting a double punch on that. Grabbing Escobar, throwing him into Hayes, and now throwing haymakers to Escobar. Trying to lift him up. Oh, and a little pile driver. And a swing and a miss by Ali. Gargano going to take advantage, taking out Ali. And Hayes over the top rope. He catches the leg of Gargano. And Johnny saying, you shouldn't have done that, son. Picking him up.
Gargano here.
And just throwing him in the ring. But here comes Santos. Knee to the face. Gargano's down.
Nowhere. Immediately Gargano pops back up. All right, looks like all 4 men are making their way back into the ring. Now Melo leaving again. Oh, wait, now all 4 men are back into the ring as Gargano hops himself in. Ali looking for something. Oh, page turner by Ali. That's a surprise.
No, Ali planting Gargano on his face. Hayes taking advantage.
Down to 2 men in the ring.
And Hayes and Ali is in the middle. He's right on top of the C. Possibly measuring up Ali. This could be the match. Plants him on his face and locks in a submission. Will he tap? No, Gargano breaks it up. A few more seconds and Ali might have been a gunner.
Planting Melo with Gargano here. Santos looking for an easy cover. Fails. Gargano now tied it up with Santos. What an elbow.
And Ali having to roll out the ring. Ooh, excuse me, I didn't want to burp into the mic this time. Now 3 of the 4 men in the ring, and Hayes got Gargano, lifts him up. Oh, and Gargano is down. This could be it. There's the cover. 1, 2. Gargano kicks out.
Gargano kicks out after a very devastating looking cutter there by Melo.
And Hayes,
all 4 men back in the ring.
Hayes thought he had another swinging neck breaker, and a drop kick to Ali from Hayes. They say Mustafa can't miss. And whenever Gargano was going for, he's thwarted by Ali. But Gargano going to thwart Ali. Gargano now to the corner. Ali battles out now, and Hayes. And wait a minute. Oh my God! Double maneuvers by the Cruiserweights. What a maneuver ×2. And now Santos, who took one of those moves, the only man still standing in the ring. Oh, Ali taking shots.
Santos going to the outside.
And Santos going to throw back in Hayes, but not Ali.
Back into the ring. Interesting choice here.
And Hayes won a tornado DDT.
What a tornado. Whoa, absolutely planting Santos here. We going to look for the cover here? No.
He's going to
working on the leg.
Gargano now caught between 2 worlds, not knowing where to go, as Ali is
absolutely
Ali furthest away from the light he's ever been, trying to come back and find it. Hayes gets thrown out. What's Johnny thinking?
Oh no! He stopped. Irish whip Santos. Drop down. Leapfrog.
Double leapfrog. Nothing comes of it.
Nothing. Gargano. Yes, Santos. Another Irish whip. Drop down.
Ups down into a Hurricane Rana. Santos goes wee. DDT. Here's the cover. 1, 2. Johnny Gargano wins it.
and Johnny Gargano with the world's greatest Hurricane Rana.
No, 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 no.
Wins
We got to give it something better than that. Jesus. I don't know. We'll come up. The boys in our writing team will come up with something. But Johnny Gargano, the Hurricane Rana, the DDT, and the victory to kick off Glory. And I know you're proud of your boy right there, ain't you, Elias?
Absolutely. You know, again, I'm a very big fan of Johnny. I followed Johnny Wrestling's career for a couple years now. Very excited to see what's next for him. Obviously, again, the Cruiserweight Championship has been on my mind lately, talking to over management about that. And so now he's definitely climbing the ranks when it comes to the International Championship. As we can look forward to the final match of the first round of the Blind Eliminated Tournament for our Women's Tag Team Championship. We've got the odd couple of Charlotte Flair and the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, taking on the young up-and-comers and Toxic Attraction. Stanley, what do you think about this match?
I think it's very fascinating because you have a pair of NXT Tag Champions going up against a pair of main roster Tag Champions, of course, Toxic Attractions, one's helping running the show with Mandy Rose, and Charlotte Flair holding Tag Team Gold when she returned to be Lana's replacement. Can't remember the pay-per-view, but she does hold Tag Team Gold with Asuka, and of course both of those being some of the greatest competitors in women's wrestling today. And quite honestly, I think experience is going to triumph over youth in this match. I'm picking Asuka and Flair, but I expect Toxic Attraction, to my dismay, to put up a hell of a matchup.
Honestly, I kind of have to go in the opposite direction here. I think youth is the factor that matters. Obviously, Asuka and Charlotte are women's world champions, the moon over, multi-time champions. But I feel like eventually, you know, especially with Charlotte taking such frequent breaks in between championship reigns and Asuka just recently having a very long vacation over in Japan, returning to her roots of Kanashon. You have to take into the fact that Gigi and JC have been absolutely tearing it apart in the alternate universe, not only in tag matches but against each other. Recently breaking up the tag team and completing their feud. Now signed here to GCW, absolutely deciding that Toxic Attraction is the move for signing with Mandy Rose here. And you have to consider the fact that these women very recently had a problem, yeah, but other than that, more often than not, 90% of the time they're on the same page. And you can't say the same for Charlotte and Austin. I think that youth and the fact that they're a closer bond will give them the advantage here tonight. I'm picking Toxic Attraction.
Okay, am I high or did you just call it GCW? If you got the company wrong, your pick is therefore invalid. Therefore, my pick is right, and I think Asuka and Charlotte are going to get the win tonight. But you have to wonder, Gigi and Jay-Z making their entrances separate, despite having literally the same Tron, of course, costing us money in the process. But that's besides the point.
Well, maybe we just don't have tag team entrances in the budget. Now that I think about it, no tag team so far has really made their debut together besides the New Day, if I'm not mistaken.
I guess you're not wrong, but here's why I think Charlotte's gonna triumph tonight. As much as many fans don't like it, hate to admit it, Charlotte is the opportunity. Charlotte invented the line. Charlotte has literally just walked in after months of not being active and has won championship gold. She's done it multiple times, in fact. And I think that just that luck factor in return matches, and especially return championship matches, I think Charlotte's team is going to be a shoo-in for this match. And a little help from the Empress of Tomorrow certainly is going to help.
Yeah, that's a very good point. However, unlike all those other times, Charlotte Flair entered Overdrive Championship Wrestling with a loss. And that loss was to our current women's champion, the man, Becky Lynch.
But you forget the fact that was a fatal four-way match, a core four, and that was also the last time, to my recollection, that we've seen Charlotte. And again, when Charlotte returns, she is absolutely untouchable.
Yeah, Charlotte also, if I'm not mistaken, lost that Battle Royale, which Shayna Bazler earned her opportunity last week. So that's 0-2 for Miss Charlotte Flair. Gigi Dolan, Asuka, and Jakie Jane, if I remember correctly, were also a part of that match last week. So let's see who can, kind of get that momentum back heading into the semifinals of the Blind Eliminating Tournament. Will it be Toxic Attraction or will it be the Odd Couple?
Now, of course, if the Odd Couple wins, Charlotte would have a match with Shayna Bazler alongside Mia Yim next week. And, of course, Shayna Bazler could come into that match as Women's Champion. So a win tonight and next week, we could be looking at a potential future preview for the Glorious Women's Championship. But, of course, the Odd Couple would have to win tonight, and Shayna would have to win later for that to even be on the table.
Yeah, absolutely right. Very looking forward to that women's main event for the championship at 15 minutes Iron Woman match. But again, not only do Charlotte and Asuka have to win tonight, Shayna does as well. But in my opinion, that plan is immediately dead because Toxic Attraction, as Gigi takes down Charlotte with that head stun.
And Gigi, one move, and she thinks that's all she needs. Toxic Attraction, whatever the hell that was, fooling around with the Odd Couple right now. Now the Odd Couple going to do the same thing, and here comes Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow recently was WWE Women's Champion up until SummerSlam, and Asuka drops down, and oh my God, what a suplex!
What a German.
And the Odd Couple off to an even faster start after Gigi Dolan got that first move.
Gigi after JC on the neck. Asuka losing that WWE Women's Championship in that triple threat featuring Charlotte Flair and the EST Bianca Belair before Bianca, now Women's Champion, was cashed in on by Io Sky, the new Women's Champion. Shout out to Io for that. Unfortunately, we haven't seen too much of her over on the other brand, but hopefully that changes.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Of course, over on Pride, it's all about making the most of your opportunities, and we have our own women's match, over on Pride tonight. The first ever OCW three-way dance. That'll be between Serena Deeb, Raquel Rodriguez, and Mickie James. Of course, we'll have that to look forward to later. But for right now, Gigi Dolan is absolutely cleaning house.
Not one, but two stunners, knocking both Charlotte and Asuka out of the ring here, using the ring to her advantage. As she tags in JC, Asuka immediately coming back in, working her over. So far in this match, this has not been a favorable matchup for Jakie Jane against Asuka here. Maybe she can tag back out with Gigi as Asuka, doing what she does best, attacking anything that moves. As she drops Gigi Dolan with a drop kick to the outside.
And both competitors seemingly focused on each other's partners right now. Of course, Asuka now coming to the rescue of Charlotte. But Jakie Jane in reverse DDT, planting Asuka on the back of her head.
Yeah, Sam, you were mentioning, we see that quite a lot in our tag team matches. Maybe we should start implementing a rule about that,
As far as I'm aware, they're following the rules. They ain't getting DQ'd, and we paid $8 for those referees.
I didn't know we went to 8er.
We had to. The referees, they all went on strike. They asked for a pay raise. They're the only ones we got. I had to reward it to them.
Fair enough.
But they also just made such damn good signs.
Oh, and dropping Charlotte Flair, it's Jakie Jane here. It's 1 of 8 now. After finally making it back into the ring.
That top rope stunner being a favorite among Toxic Attraction in this match. And down goes Asuka, her foot maybe in the ropes. No, not close enough. There's one, there's two. And there's a kick.
2.4.
And
Toxic
JC.
Attraction taking a moment to celebrate.
And oh my God, the knee slide by Asuka to get the tag. That was some supernatural shit I just done seen, Elias.
Oh, no, absolutely. I was astonished as well. Charlotte working over Jakie Jane here.
What a leg drop. And now knees to the side of the leg.
trying to make it easier to lock in that figure eight. Obviously, that works over the legs and the core of her opponent. Charlotte working the arm now. Oh, absolutely brutal slap to the face of Jason Jane here.
And JC in a bad way. She's going to have to look for a tag because she's getting beat up by Charlotte here. A counter might help her. And JC, oh, she's got control. Is she going to tag in?
No. But she is going to, again, use the top rope and her advantage here without actually climbing it. I like the offensive maneuvers of toxic attraction so far.
And neck breaker, here's the cover. Oh my God, one. Charlotte kicks out at one, but Charlotte has stayed in front of that corner, you know, for the past couple of moments, even though she's getting rocked offensively, possibly blocking JC. But now JC has a clear shot at Gigi if she wants to tag, and there it goes.
The maneuver of the match, toxic attraction here.
And a tag maneuver, JC.
And now
a cannonball by Gigi. Charlotte looks bad. Then is there gonna go for the cover? Wait a second. High risk maneuver, elbow drop, got it.
Macho Man S. Gigi going for the cover.
Oh yeah, here's the cover. What a kick out.
Not making it, but Charlotte kicking out at 2.7. Toxic attraction absolutely working over the queen here as Gigi looks at a single leg Boston Crab.
And Asuka going to break it up and does. And now all four women in the ring battling each other. Charlotte and neck breaker. We don't know what happened between the other two. Here's the cover on Gigi. Kick out at one. She will not be disrespected. And Charlotte now feeling disrespected, just planting Gigi on her face. And now continuing. Oh my goodness.
Charlotte Flair is not pleased so far with the way this match is going. As she lost in. Oh, elbow to the head here.
And now both women taking it to the outside.
But it was a distraction. Charlotte.
Gigi, oh my God, knees to the back.
What a lung blower. Absolutely working over.
Oh my God, into the steel steps. And Gigi Dolan letting the queen know that she is on her level. Gigi Dolan wrestling at a high level tonight. And now JC Jane might be the first woman in the match. What a suplex!
Dragon suplex by Gigi Dolan. That's a new one. Taking a moment to sponsor the crowd, having the best cakes in all of professional wrestling, in my honest opinion. Oh, Charlotte, or Nagi.
And Charlotte, this could be, and Charlotte taking back control, and now
Dragon Gigi finally tagging it off to it. No, one very similar to the women's right by former rival and friend Lacey Evans.
And Charlotte, maybe he was looking over at the corner. Maybe she was thinking standing moonsault, but no, walking in that figure eight.
In a figure eight. Can she get the bridge? No, it's a figure four right now.
Oh wait, figure four. Now a figure eight. JC Jane's not doing anything. Now climbing to the ring to try and stop it, and oh my God.
Trying to get the break up the submission maneuver finally. Yeah, maybe JC was believing in her partner. Charlotte going for
Gigi now. And oh my goodness!
Unfortunately, looks like just enough damage was done between the offense and then the figure eight for Gigi not be able to kick out. The odd couple are moving on to the semifinals of the blind eliminating tag tournament. What do you think of that match, Taylor?
That was definitely an interesting match at different points. You know, Gigi Dolan, Charlotte Flair, absolutely taking it to each other. And honestly, I'm very impressed with how Gigi Dolan in particular looked tonight. But that figure four turned into a figure eight, just deadly enough to get the pinfall victory. And of course, JC breaking up the initial submission, but ultimately her and her teammate paying the price. And very happy to say my prediction came true. The odd couple with a great victory tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to the odd couple. But like you said earlier, Gigi Dolan and Charlotte Flair were absolutely going back and forth in the later half of that match. And honestly, don't color me surprised if that's a future women's championship match.
I could definitely see it. Quite honestly, I'd be on my knees, begging you if you didn't do it. But of course, a lot more has to happen than just one showcase to get an opportunity here in OCW. But speaking of opportunities, tonight an opportunity of tribal chiefal proportions, as Roman Reigns is about to have his open challenge answered. But who is up to the challenge? We shall see very shortly. Of course, Roman being in that inaugural Overdrive Championship Wrestling match for the heavyweight title in that Hell in a Cell Fatal 4-Way. And of course, having to beat Claudio Big Strong Boley in order to get there. Elias, what are your thoughts on the return of the Tribal Chief?
Obviously, in the alternate universe, I'm not the biggest fan of the title reign that'll never end, but Roman Reigns absolutely proven himself not only to the WWE universe, but the professional wrestling community as a whole. Not only coming back from leukemia and then returning and having a pretty solid run, but then having COVID and then coming back from that and going in absolute God mode. I can't hate on the fact that Roman Reigns has been absolutely untouchable. And so to have that here in Overdrive, to have that here on the A brand, the white brand glory, I'm not mad at it.
Now, of course, Roman Reigns, a decently impressive resume as champion, of course. He's beaten the Beast Brock Lesnar several times. He's beaten WWE champions in the form of Edge and John Cena. And, of course, Roman Reigns very recently and somewhat controversially beating Jey Uso for what is technically the third time on the record books. Who knows where his reign in that universe is going to go? But here in Overdrive, Reigns trying to regain momentum, trying to put himself back in that Overdrive World Heavyweight Championship conversation. But of course tonight has to win his own open challenge where he is trying to assert his dominance and backhand whoever dares step in the squared circle against him.
I'm honestly very curious on who thinks they have potential to match up with a man who claims to be on God mode.
And here we go. Everyone now waiting on bated breath to see who's going to challenge the Tribal Chief. The lights are dimmed. It's a dark night. Oh my God! Oh my God!
What an interesting decision by this man. A guy who's actually competing later tonight in the $15,000 Battle Royal. It is the Murder Hawk Monster, Mr. Everybody Dies, Lance Archer.
I am honestly shocked. Of course, Lance Archer, we haven't seen him in a long while. He was in that Fatal 4-Way qualifier for the International Championship on the first ever episode of Glory. And as we said, a chance to walk away with 15 G's, but he could walk away with more than that if he wins this match tonight. Everybody's surprised, but now everybody is going to die. And Archer, oh my God, walking over the top ropes. Gonna go face to face with the Tribal Chief. Tribal Chief, Murder Hawk Monster. You know what? I'm gonna give the advantage to Lance Archer here. I think an underdog moment is gonna take place here on the White Brand tonight, and I think it's gonna be by this man.
I honestly can't disagree with you. Obviously, Roman Reigns has faced many opponents, and he's fought the monster among monsters, Braun Strowman. But the Murder Hawk Monster is honestly a very different breed. This is a guy who's had death matches all over the continental United States and in Japan, and you can clearly see the size advantage. Absolutely giving it to Roman Reigns so far here. I don't think Roman
Monster who is taller than the colossal Roman Reigns, and a splash by the big man. And nothing but a flurry of offense. Lance Archer proving he belongs here. Another splash for good measure.
Roman has gotten in no offense so far. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think Roman has truly faced an opponent like this so far in his title run. Obviously, oh, what a
Showcasing
plan
the
here by
power
Roman.
of Roman, trying to get some payback for the opening flurry. Oh, but Lance Archer back on his feet, the last place you want him to be.
Oh, what an elbow. But yeah, like I was saying, obviously Roman has taken guys like Braun Strowman, but I don't think he's taken on a guy of Lance Archer's size, strength, and physique. Like obviously Braun's up there, but you can't help but agree that Lance Archer
Oh
is
my
probably the
God.
more athletic version of Braun Strowman. I don't know Roman's ready for that type of competitor.
And
Does he go for
another
yet
splash, and
another?
he
What? No,
whiffs.
oh, Roman rolls out of the way finally.
But
I don't
Lance,
know if that was good for his ribs to take another one.
Archer, before the missed splash.
Roman with the
Oh wait, here's the cover on that boot, and Archer kicks out at one. Before the missed splash, Lance Archer was just throwing around Roman Reigns like a rag doll. What a swinging net breaker by Reigns, but Reigns has never been manhandled like that before in his career, and now he's pissed. What a chokeslam.
Reigns here. Reigns looking for the power.
What's Reigns thinking? Oh my God, a throw up to Kevin Owens, Mr. Break the Ceiling with an apron power bomb. And these two men destroying each other already for everybody's amusement.
Roman finally getting in that offense we're used to seeing. But I don't know if you noticed here, Sam, but usually that smack talk Roman's used to going around has been absolutely quiet. I definitely think he's taking Lance a lot more seriously than he thought he would have had to for an open challenge opponent.
Honestly, the Tribal Chief probably shocked by just how powerful Archer really is. Like you said, Roman, he's faced the Beast incarnate. He's faced Goldberg. He's facing some truly colossal opponents, but nobody like the Murder Hawk Monster. But what a power bomb! And he's still standing up. Roman Reigns, tapping into those primal instincts.
Absolutely smart decision by Reigns here. This match has been absolutely either one way or the other so far. The Murder Hawk returning to favor by working on the legs of the Tribal Chief here, which is very important not only for that Superman punch, but that spear as well. Absolutely. Oh.
And Archer with the back body drop. Now picking up Reigns, a spine buster. Reigns writhing around in pain. The Murder Hawk is still stalking. And lifts him up. Uranagi chokeslam. Here's the cover. Has Archer just won? Two. Oh.
Roman kicking out at 2.5, and it honestly looked like that's quite a bit of effort. I don't think Roman was prepared for this type of match here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
The Murder Hawk. Looking for possibly Rage's
edge.
He hits it. He hits it on the ropes. Here's the cover. One. Two! Oh!
I'm honestly shocked Roman was able to kick out of that, but obviously Lance not taking the time to worry about it, immediately working over Roman again here, headbutt.
And that's twice the Murder Hawk believes he should have won. What are you doing? What are you doing? He knows it takes so much more! Oh my God, Roman with the counter! Don't know what Archer was going for. Roman countered it, but Archer already back up. And Archer almost never goes to the top like that. What was he thinking? A splash on the, oh my God, on the outside. I almost said apron. Referee at count of 4. These men beating the absolute dog shit out of each other. Oh my God, the scoop slam by Roman, possibly taking the page out of Moose's book like Randy Orton did last week. Roman now going to the top rope. He almost never goes up here. What could be on the Tribal Chief's mind? Oh my God, a flying clothesline. Down goes Archer. Reigns getting Archer back up to his feet. And now whipping him into the corner, and Reigns. Superman punch to the corner. Now looking for the spear. Spear! 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 Here's the cover. 1, 2. Oh my God! And Reigns kicking out of the spear. Looks like my partner is too shocked to say anything. But Reigns is still on the offensive, still has the upper hand. Archer now completely busted open. And Archer needs to find a way to get out the ring and just recover. He's in a bad way. He's sent to the outside by Roman Reigns. Now referee counting out the count of 1. Reigns meeting Archer outside the rings, but Reigns is getting pissed this entire match, taking everything out of him. Probably mad he hasn't finished off Archer by now. The Murder Hawk Monster remaining a persistent presence and a constant threat. And then, oh my God, a Superman clothesline. The shock has finally worn off. Elias, I know you're in shock that Lance Archer kicked out the spear. The shock finally wore off. What's going through your head right now with this match?
I was not expecting an open challenge to be a main event qualifier match, but I'm not mad at it. Clearly, these guys have a lot to say about each other in this match, and I'm definitely going to consider booking this in the future, with some, merchandising and advertising behind it. What a DDT from the Murder Hawk Monster here.
And the Murder Hawk, what a suplex.
Oh my God, Roman's flying there.
But the Tribal Chief wisely getting out of the ring, and the Murder Hawk Monsters needing to take a breather. He might want to stop, but he doesn't, and this could cost him bad. Roman throwing him and now going for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by the Murder Hawk Monster. And Roman absolutely fuming at this point. Archer refusing to die. That's why his theme is everybody dies, because everybody but him dies. And now to the corner he goes. Roman, Superman punch to the corner.
Might be it.
Another spear. Is he close enough to the ropes? Roman hooking the far leg. 1, 2, 3.
Roman absolutely had to work for that. Lance Archer has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. I don't know if he'll be able to make it to the Battle Royale later tonight.
But Lance Archer, the Murder Hog Monster, showing the OCW universe that he could hang with the best of them. What a match, but unfortunately the Tribal Chief proving to be too much. That deadly spear, it might have taken 2 of them, but that deadly spear putting away Lance Archer. But again, cannot be understated just how much the Murder Hawk Monster scraped and clawed for every single little bit in that match.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what Dave's gonna rate that, but to me that's a 5-star match, sure. Especially for a random Wednesday night. But this is the best Wednesday night in the history of professional wrestling, and I am absolutely excited for Lance Archer's future here in Glory after that match.
And of course, Archer, if he can compete, can still walk away with $15,000 later tonight in Glory's semi-main event. So all is not lost for the Murder Hawk Monster. He can feel both proud of himself and be $15,000 richer. But speaking of richer, 2 teams wanting to get richer in terms of wins. The Creed brothers going up against Legado del Fantasma. That's our next match on the card. And here we go. Now, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts booking this match exactly? Because we've seen Brutus Creed on TV, and we've seen Santos a number of times, but we've never seen either of these teams compete in a ring on Overdrive until this very moment.
I definitely feel like Judgment Day doesn't really have a tag team contender. Obviously, FTR, off name alone, has that right, and they're definitely looking like the current guys who challenge for this championship. But I wanted to build the tag team division up a little bit I feel like we start at the bottom and work our way up. Not saying that these two teams are at the bottom, but these two teams probably have the least experience in this brand new promotion. And so, with that being said, I decided that the Creed brothers could take on Legado del Fantasma as two teams who kind of were a part of both NXT 2.0 and the dying days of NXT Black and Gold. And I wanted these two teams to show why they deserve to be here, to show that they have earned their right to be here.
And of course, Wilden Del Toro, never capturing those NXT Tag Team titles, but definitely putting on some memorable matches, as you mentioned, in the dying days of Black and Gold, and now looking to make an impact here on the orange and white promotion, here on the white brand. And Legado getting into the ring. But now the Creed brothers, they're part of the newer generation of NXT, so in a sense, in a weird wrestling way, a generational matchup of sorts happening here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't have a favorite in this match, but I definitely expect this tag team match to be an absolute clinic when it comes to just hard hitting action. Whether that's Del Toro and Cruz high flying a bit, or the Creed brothers taking it to the mat. Obviously Cruz is a bigger guy, even though he can fly pretty well, so he'll definitely be able to match up well with Brutus and Julius. And you can't really put Joaquin Wild just out to the pasture in this match either. He's definitely got the ability to throw guys around if need be.
But Joaquin Wild getting manhandled by Big Bad Brutus Creed right now. Creed already tagging into his brother, looking for their first maneuver. Synchronized backdrop by the Creed brothers. And now Julius, the legal man, going to take over. And he's looking to do a little bit of chain on Wild.
Absolutely working him over. And again, like I was saying, this is probably the most competitive tag team when it comes to mat-based wrestling. Obviously, Alpha Academy being up there as well. I'd love to see a match between those two teams. Count of two here.
Julius Creed almost putting away the match instantly. But now Wild looking for a little bit of revenge, but Creed battling out with those big old fists. And now Creed, going under, sweeping the leg. He's got an ankle lock locked in. And Wild a little bit close to the ropes. And Del Toro trying to break it up, but he whiffs. But Wild managing to fight out of it. And now, oh my God, knees to the face. And down goes Creed. And now Wild backing off. Going to go tag in Del Toro. Del Toro getting his first act of the match. Nice drop kick.
No, absolutely. Del Toro has a little bit more weight on him compared to his tag team partner, so maybe that'll help out a little bit more. Obviously, Julius, being a prominent amateur wrestler, tagging his brother here. Both of you guys are, as the singlets they wear, you can tell by. Definitely can throw around the lighter two guys in the match. But, again, don't count out either for Del Toro. Cruz Del Toro looking wild here as he drops Brutus.
Now Del Toro, tagging back in Wild, and Brutus, whoa!
Oh my!
Defying gravity, pushing Wild to the great beyond, and then right back down to earth. And out go both men, and now Julius trying to go after Joaquin Wild, but Del Toro meeting him with fist immediately. Creed, though, taking on both of them, but the man advantage proving to be too much. And Brutus Creed's in a bad way on the outside. Oh, wait a minute, maybe not for long. Wait a minute, maybe not for long. Oh, what a maneuver by Wild, and chopping at the leg of Brutus Creed. Creed slow to get up. Again, Creed takes a kick to the face, but stands right back up. Concussions be damned. Del Toro, though, kick to the dick, it looked like.
What a 7 right now as Del Toro is working on Creed on the outside. Throws him back into the ring, finally. As Wild is working over.
And whoa, a sunset flip. What a move to the outside. And Wild taking care of business. Now Wild needs to capitalize because, of course, tag team matches get broken up so many times. And
deep arm drag there.
Oh
Yep.
my God!
Oh,
Sweeps the leg.
looks like the blood force trauma there. LA Knight uses that move.
And
No.
and the ref got tripped up as Julius Creed came in to make the save. And Legado del Fantasma not really sure what to do here. Wild, though, going to try to pick Creed back up. And, oh, wait, that sunset flip.
Yeah.
What a move. Now to the top rope goes Wild. Wild, what's he thinking here? Shooting star. Or 450, I'm sorry. Oh, and Creed is stunned. Now for the cover. Oh, already broken up.
He is breaking it up immediately, looking out for his brother here.
What a sequence, though, by Legado. Wild playing to the crowd, trying to keep them hot because Legado del Fantasma is red hot right now. Swinging net breaker, and on the outside, one of the Creed brothers is stunned. This could be the opportunity they're looking for.
Wild setting up, looks like. All right. Has Brutus down, going back to the top rope. Julius is currently indisposed.
And an elbow drop, but he rolls away.
Julius is back up. Can Brutus make the tag? No, it doesn't. Oh, wow. Absolutely working over Brutus here.
Those punches looked absolutely brutal. Oh, wait a minute. What a maneuver. There's the cover. Oh. Oh, my God. What a Hurricane Rana. And wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, man.
Julius is breaking up the tennis stamp here. Making sure he and his brother don't lose the match.
And, of course, going for
continue to work over Brutus here.
Going for a God's... And Wild there went for God's favorite Hurricane Rana maneuver that won Johnny Gargano his match earlier tonight. God's favorite Hurricane Rana proving to be powerful. But what a senton by Brutus Creed. And another one, but he gets the knees of Wild. Wild now a huge opportunity. Knees to the face, middle of the ring.
Rolling code breaker here. And up to the knee.
Kick to the face. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Legado del Fantasma wins it.
And the chin of Brutus Creed ends up costing the Creed brothers that match here, taking that double kick to the face. Absolutely, Legado proving they are not to be messed with. Moving up in the tag team ranking. Unfortunately, the Creed brothers kind of stay towards the bottom. But again, they're young, they're talented, they've got a bright future ahead of them here in Overdrive. Don't be ashamed, boys. You guys put on a great match.
I mean, you gotta give it up for both members of LDF, but I was really impressed with Joaquin Wild in that match. Of course, maybe a shout up to Johnny Gargano with God's favorite Hurricane Rana, and that might have played a big role in why they won the match. Legado del Fantasma victorious on this night.
Right, and we now can look forward to that $15,000 battle royale between some of the more experienced guys on the roster. Obviously, Solo being the least experienced guy in this match. Everybody else, as far as I know, is a 10-year veteran minimum. This is going to be a very interesting battle royale. All these guys looking not only new up parts, but put a little change in their pocket.
And of course, we're meeting the competitors now, and here's Edge. The last time we saw him losing that #1 contenders match to the eventual Overdrive World Heavyweight Champion Okada, and Edge, a veteran and just been absolutely killing it in every facet of wrestling. Quite honestly, I feel you could call Edge the modern day Shawn Michaels in the sense that he's having just as good a second run as his first. Of course, not as many championships, en route to that, but Edge putting on some of the best matches of his career as of late. And quite honestly, I think that might give him an advantage here. I think Edge, much like Mark Henry, a time or two ago, has so much left in the tank, and he's willing to give it to the orange and white promotion here. And of course, Edge still as popular as ever with the fans, and maybe the OCW universe wills him on to a victory tonight.
Absolutely, again, Edge is the most experienced guy in this match, obviously, over 50, won over 31 championships won in his entire WWE career. You know, um, definitely feel like the fans seeing along the middle lane to make his way to ring. He's going to play to the advantage for him here.
Let's see who's next to come out. Edge is waiting. Edge is waiting. Everybody's waiting. We're waiting. Oh, okay. It's Jeff Hardy. Okay.
That Jeff, I heard taking time to interact with the fans makes sense.
Jeff
Hardy is also a very long-time storied friend and rival of Edge. They traded world tag team and world and tag team championships between each other. Obviously, their brother slash friend respectively, and Matt and Christian along for the ride as well. Will we see these two work together, or will they immediately try to eliminate each other? It's definitely the question of the night here.
Of course, one of Jeff Hardy's last world heavyweight championships came off the back of Edge defeating him in a phenomenal Extreme Rules match. Of course, CM Punk cashing in that night as well. And as you said, a lot of history between these two. Quite honestly, though, I feel like if it came to it, unless it was between them as the final two, I think they would team up and just try to get the advantage, because there are some very young, very hungry, very athletic stars in this matchup. And speaking of, here comes Claudio Big Stromboli, who's had some high-profile matches in OCW, but having a little bit of time getting momentum on his side. Will tonight be tonight for the Sultan of Swing, Claudio Big Stromboli?
Obviously Claudio has absolutely been killing it all over throughout his entire career, just slowly working his way up the card in various promotions. Finally capturing the big one, winning the ROH World Championship not once but twice. Very very slow start here so far in Overdrive, but again has been a part of some very very interesting matches, and I don't think this battle royal will be any different.
And now here comes a man who's definitely looking for any and all opportunities he can get. A former Olympian, one of the best athletes on the roster and in wrestling today, Apollo Crews.
Apollo definitely is one of those guys. Again, the chip on their shoulder is a very obvious thing here. It's very well known that a lot of these guys haven't received the best opportunities. Versus Apollo is one of them. But he's definitely seen a very large uptake in the back half of his career here in WWE, especially during that pandemic era. And hopefully he's trying to recreate that in his mind here in Overdrive. And a very good step would be winning this Battle Royale and talking in a 15K.
And again, getting a victory and walking out with $15,000, that's not a bad night for anybody. And Apollo looking to make the night his. But of course, seven other men he's got to go through, including many men who have not entered this match yet. Apollo, though, taking his time. Okay, there we go. And people flashing the cameras. Oh my god, everybody flashing the cameras. Wait a minute, could it be?
Because, oh my
god.
Returning to professional wrestling after very brief, actually no significant hiatus at this point, is being released from the WWE. It's great to see the Prince of Cuteville in OCW, finally. Obviously, his tag team partner, the other Team Canada, one Josh Alexander, looking to eventually capture tag team championships, maybe from Judgment Day or whoever takes it off of them. Tyler Breeze has also not held single gold in a major promotion. I definitely think he's trying to change that here in OCW, and I think winning this Battle Royale will be a good start. Obviously, he can't have no selfie sticks, so that 15K will probably go towards that.
Well, now of course Tyler Breeze, live streaming all his entrances on his Kick.tv page, and of course those are some of the most viewed videos for about the 2 minutes that he's live. But goddamn, Tyler Breeze being able to build up a loyal audience for himself everywhere he goes, and he appreciates all of them. even the Uggos. Because of course you can't have a beautiful fan base without a few Uggos. And speaking of Uggos, 4 more Uggos to enter this match. Let's see who's next. Guys, that's your cue to play the goddamn music. What do I not pay you for? Thank you.
Yeah, looks like he is indeed well enough to make his way back out. Lance Archer obviously having an absolute slobber knocker match with Roman Reigns just 2 short matches ago. He can't be at 100% though, but obviously the Murdoch can't be happy with losing that match to Roman. And so I kind of fear for the safety of 7 other men in this match.
I would as well, and of course, Lance Archer doesn't have to do all the work. All he has to do is throw out one person and outlast the other 6. So definitely ample opportunity for the Murder Hawk if he needs to be able to catch his breath. But the thing is, will he go for that strategy, or will he be a bit more tactical? And will he blah, 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 or not tactical, I'm sorry, will he just go full force and start eliminating people himself? Maybe trying to get the job done as quick as he can. We don't know, but of course, a victory tonight and taking Roman Reigns to his limit, that would be a great night for the Murder Hawk Monster.
1,000%. We still have 3 more men to make their way to the ring for this battle royale. But so far, who's your favorite?
As I said, even though I'm personally biasly rooting for Lance Archer, I really think that tonight's going to be Edge's night. I think, once again, experience going to triumph over everything. But of course, when you're in a match with the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre, absolutely nothing comes easy. Just ask anybody that McIntyre has faced off against. Of course, as he's planting his sword into the ground, it drives all the men crazy and makes all the ladies wet. 3, 2, 1, a kablooey! And that's where all of our budget goes to.
Yeah, I didn't realize the fire stays going as he makes his way out of the ring. That's gotta be a lot of money. We need to really look at that.
Well, I mean, I would hire somebody to keep the books, but we don't have money for that. So, I don't know. Someone handles the money. It ain't me.
That's fair enough. As a Scottish psychopath making his way to the ring, Drew McIntyre is probably just as much as an athletic freak as Lance Archer is. And seeing that he's at 100%, he's definitely got a very good chance to win this match here tonight.
Of course, Drew McIntyre recently having an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship, over in Alternate Universe, having a great match with this universe's Galactic Champion, Gunther. And of course, McIntyre would love to get some of that momentum here at OCW. Now, here's somebody who has needed momentum for a very long time, Solo Sikoa, who's lost to Cody Rhodes twice. One of those times being not so legitimate, but the last time being definitive. And if you're Solo, you're going into this match pissed off, looking to spike anyone and everyone that gets in your way.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the Tribal Chief, we can't exactly be happy with the performance so far. The enforcer, Solo Sikoa, but I definitely think Roman has other problems because Lance Archer obviously is not done with the Tribal Chief by any means after putting on an absolutely stellar performance.
But could Archer...
And if Roman ends up being champion anytime soon, he should definitely be concerned.
But could Archer look to bring the hurt to Solo Sikoa? And here we go. The match is kicking off. Everybody's staring each other down. Now everybody going after everybody. McIntyre going for a cover on Solo. That would have been a 3 count in any universe. But of course, covers non-existent in this match, and Solo Sikoa continuing to suffer. But that tiredness of the Murder Hawk Monster getting to him, but now being ignored by everybody, as everybody is flying at everybody else. Now the Murder Hawk Monster needed the face of Tyler Breeze, and...
Wait a minute.
And wait, was Edge eliminated, or did he just get rolled out? Nah, Edge just rolled out.
You can do that?
In a battle royal? I think so, yeah. And so now Edge and Claudio.
Edge rolling out of the ring, and Claudio Castagnoli as well. This is was Apollo just eliminated, or did he also roll out of the ring? No, he rolled out of the ring.
And now everybody rolling out the ring. And wait a minute, hold on. Was that actually a pinfall? What in the actual fuck is happening?
I just noticed that there's a referee in the ring, Stanley, which means, because obviously, you know, I sent you the card to book tonight, but did you book an 8-man battle royale with pinfalls are necessary?
I don't think I did. At least I didn't try to. Maybe the referee's going into business for himself, but whatever it is, there's 8 men in the ring. Somebody's going to win this match eventually.
This just made this match a lot more interesting and a lot more dangerous. Obviously, Lance Archer is going to have a significantly harder time being around for 7 other pinfalls. This is going to be a very interesting match.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say, but there was just carnage and bodies everywhere. McIntyre picking up the steps. The Murderhawk planted Claudio on his back to the outside. And, oh, wait a minute. What are you thinking? Oh, God, that hurt me from up here. And a pinfall attempt on Edge in the ring by Breeze. Everything is happening everywhere all at once. Murderhawk monster. Delayed vertical. Delayed vertical. Suplex. And there's Edge. Looking for the Edge. Or whatever it was. Winning Edge, let's call it. And gets a count of 1. Execution. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for words with all the shit that's going on. In and out the ring. Apollo's got Drew up in Snake Eyes on the top turnbuckle. And a spear by Edge to Jeff Hardy. My God, everything happening everywhere all at once. How is Jeff Hardy still standing? I don't know. But it is chaos here at the ringside. And here's a cover by Breeze and a kick out by Jeff. And Lance Archer now. And going, oh my God, hit by the steps, trying to go after Apollo. Busted open is the Murderhawk. Meanwhile, in the ring, Solo issuing some beatdowns. But now getting planted by Breeze onto his face. Like, I'm not even sure where to look. And wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. What's Breeze looking for? He's got that single leg Boston Crab walked in. Is Edge going to tap? No one stopping Breeze, but Edge rolling out of it himself.
Well, I would hope no one's stopping. Is this 8-man battle royale?
And what the fuck just happened in a battle royal where there's pinfall? Solo Sikoa picks up the victory.
Are you telling me that you only need the first man to win the match? Okay.
We're gonna be firing that referee. I think he just went into business for himself.
You can't righteously take away the money from Solo. So not only did Solo pick up a much-needed win out of nowhere, but he's now $15K richer. Hopefully he can use that to buy more shrimp for the jet of the Tribal Chief. What a very interesting match that was.
That was, but Solo Sikoa picking up the momentum that he needed. Lance Archer, though, bringing the fight to everybody that he saw in that match. You know, I mean, we saw Tyler Breeze getting at it. We saw Edge get hit in the head a few times, but getting back up. That match was nothing but pure, unadulterated chaos wherever you looked. But Solo Sikoa winning $15,000, gaining back some of that momentum that he probably desperately needed. And the referee going into business for himself will have to fire him, give him a swift kick in the ass later, and we will be $8 richer because of it. With that being said, we are on to our main event. Shayna Bazler could take a step towards history tonight in an Iron Woman grudge match as she takes on her WrestleMania 36 opponent, in the man, Becky Lynch. And once again, even though it's done me wrong tonight, I'm going to give advantage to the underdog in this match. I think Shayna seizes the moment and captures the Glorious Women's Championship.
Again, as much as I would love to make history in 2 or 3 weeks, I don't see Becky Lynch losing this match after this dominating performance in her first 15-minute hour-long match against Jordan Grace. But Jobs of one may not happen tonight, but I definitely think the match ends in the favor of the man.
Yeah, Jordan Gray is probably watching this match intently. You know that she's probably still mad over how everything with her and Becky Lynch have gone. Could Jordan Grace be back in the title picture sometime soon?
She definitely has the way back up for sure, but you never count out Jordan Grace. She's an absolutely phenomenal wrestler, and she's one of the women who I can honestly see maybe even eventually vying for the world title. Not that that'll happen anytime soon, but she definitely has the cojones, I should say, to do so.
Understandably so. Jordan Grace, a physical specimen. Now, of course, speaking of specimens, Becky Lynch, somebody who never won the NXT championship, has become possibly the best of the 4 horsewomen, and of course, she is our first ever glorious women's champion. And this is the man's first defense since winning the belt at Wrestle Mayhem.
Yes. Okay. So Becky being the first, women's world champion here on the white brand is very important. But I think this first title defense is really going to set her up as, a history maker. This is her second Iron Woman match, and if she can win in OCW, and if she can win this against an opponent like Shayna Bazler, then I definitely think that Becky Lynch is on the path to having the longest title reign in history.
But of course, 15 minutes, it's probably going to take more than one pinfall or submission for the man. And Shayna Bazler letting the man know immediately what is what. Destroying the arm of Becky Lynch and stomping on the other one and kick to the face. Of course, Bazler, an MMA background, very physical. Of course, she's a submission wizard, one of the best that women's wrestling has to offer. But what a kick to the midsection. And the man now, and oh my God, look at that. And the man now regaining momentum, and wait a minute, the man, high risk. Calling up Toledo. Beautiful moonsault. Throwing one up to her former tag team partner, Lita. Of course, those two being women's tag champs in the alternate universe. And Shayna Bazler, the momentum she gained early on has quickly dissipated.
Unfortunately for Shayna, I think this again attests to the experience of Becky.
And Tope Suicida!
Absolutely phenomenal maneuver, but yeah, I think Becky, when it comes to Iron Woman matches, being in so many in her career, she knows how to pace herself, when to be explosive and when to slow it down, and I think that's a detriment to Shayna here, as she tries to counter with Becky.
And a delayed vertical. Oh, a counter by Shayna. Shayna looking for reversed. Oh, and just planting Becky on her knee. And now striking with a flurry of blows. And needs to get Becky back into the ring. And oh my God. Gut-wrench suplex. And Shayna looking for her 3 nights. Only finds 2 of them. Possibly looking for the 3rd right here. No, throwing the man back in the wind. Shayna knowing better than anybody that you need to have the champion in the ring to win the championship. What a kick by Becky.
I think this is the one instance where getting countouts helps you out. Obviously a fall is a fall.
Actually, wait, you're not wrong, but Shayna then, I guess, trying to be old-fashioned with it.
Shayna trying to prove that she is the women's champion, the premier women's champion, without any doubts at all. And I think that makes her. She definitely could have picked up that first fall with a countout victory over the man here. Becky
And,
making her way back into the ring.
and we are about to be 3 minutes into this match. Not even a pinfall attempt yet. These two women going at it. What a kick to the leg. And the man went flying on that drop kick. And now Shayna looks like she's, oh no, stepping on the hand of the man. Looks like now trying to measure her up. And oh my God, stomps her in the nose. And now a knee to the side of the face. Well, wait a minute. What a counter by Becky. And Becky now picking him up and fisherman suplex.
Oh, what a leg shot there.
And Becky now. Oh, and Shayna fighting out though. And Shayna more blows, and knees, feet. And she's got Becky's arm locked. Is she gonna?
Looking for some more here?
Is she going to go down? No, she won't. Becky counters out. Oh my God! What a twist! Looking for the armbar.
Can she get it?
And Shayna, middle of the ring, to disarm her. But Shayna, powering out of it. And punches right to the face of Lynch, but Lynch slapping her way out of it. Shayna now, back on the offense. And now she's got Becky's arm, but a rope break, and the referee calling it off. And Shayna now seemingly measuring up Becky. What's she looking for here? Oh!
Oh, absolutely. Anything Lynch here, going for the cover.
Oh, and for a second it looked like Shayna stole it.
Yeah, no, I honestly feel like this is just going to come down to who wears out the other person's arm first. Both these women are submission specialists in their own right. Obviously, Shayna being an MMA fighter has a bit more experience than Becky. But, yeah, I think whether, it looks like Becky's working over Shayna's right arm and Becky's working over Shayna's left.
And Becky, wait a minute, now going for a disarmer. And Shayna now, middle of the ring. Of course, this got Becky a number of falls against Jordynne Grace. And seemingly no escape for Shayna, but she gets out. And Shayna now, immediately, every time she's powered out, she's gone right back. And Becky, a near fall.
Lynch kicking out, unbelievably. I definitely thought that would be our first fall. We are over.
Excuse me. Wow, we are over 5.5 minutes in. No falls yet, but a very physical bout by these two women, making each other work for that first fall. And Lynch looking for that manhandle slam. Here's the cover. First fall. 1, 2, 3. It's 1-0 man.
Becky Lynch picking up the first fall as we are almost 6 minutes into the match here.
And a second manhandle slam.
2, 3. Becky Lynch absolutely taking advantage to run up the score here on Shayna Bazler. Like I said earlier, Jordynne Grace and Shayna Bazler have put up great fights in both their matches respectively, but Becky Lynch, being the champion and being the smart one of the three, I should say, has taken advantage by getting pinfalls back to back immediately, which allows her to manage the score.
But now Shayna having to mount a comeback. She still has about half the match to do it, and she's gonna look to wear down the leg, chopping the man down. At her knee, the man back up, and flying at Shayna. And Shayna, is she gonna roll out? No, getting back up to the apron, not wanting to waste any time, but the man knocks her down anyway. Wait a minute, Becky. She doesn't have to do that leg drop from the top rope.
She would have crushed the landings from Shayna Bazler there.
And Shayna Bazler might be done. I don't think she's going to know where she is after taking that leg drop that Becky usually does from the top rope to the middle rope of her opponent. Shayna now stunned and getting thrown right into the hardest barricade in pro wrestling.
Is Becky looking for a counter victory now here? Now, breaking the count, going after Shayna again here.
And Shayna has not moved unless under the power of Becky. Becky now wearing down the arm some
Working
more.
the arm again. Shayna finally getting her wits about her and fighting back.
And there's still some fire left in Shayna, but does she have enough fire to win the match? And LeMan's back in the ring. Shayna now climbing back. She's got to capitalize quick. No, there goes the man. The man with the house of fire. And another cover, but Shayna's foot in the rope. And the man not happy. Measuring up Shayna.
Minutes and 45 seconds here, ladies and gentlemen.
But Shayna firing back. Some kicks to the man. Now hitting her midsection. Shayna now. Oh, into the Carafuda clutch. This could be the first fall. This could be the first fall for Shayna. Oh, but Becky powers out.
Becky Lynch working her way out again. Becky Lynch has been absolutely unstoppable so far in this match, and I have to say it's looking very reminiscent to the match that she had at Mayhem with Jordan Grace. Hopefully Shayna can pick up a pinfall faster and try and make it work, but if this goes
Becky, a third pinfall, using the greatest arm drag ever, or the best arm drag ever, excuse me, as a maneuver. And 3-0, and that might be it for Shayna Bazler. I mean, there's no coming back after the best arm drag ever, but now Becky on the top rope and then dropping down.
No, but she stepped out. Shayna trying to take advantage. Delayed vertical. No. Becky counters.
Chop block by Becky.
Chop block.
And Shayna, Shayna's put up a Shayna's put up a fight but hasn't gotten any pinfalls because of it. And now in a huge Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees detriment. And another manhandle slam. Is this going to be 2003 or 2004? It's 2003.
It's now 4-0.
And there will be no 4 days in October for Shayna Bazler, as Becky Lynch might have just hit the Aaron Boone walk-off to end this match.
Absolutely tragic here. Honestly, I just feel bad for Shayna at this point.
And then a possible broomstick by Becky doesn't work. Shayna now, if she wants any chance of coming back, she needs to do something now, continuing to pummel the arm of Lynch. But she needs to do something now. And hip toss over the head.
Shayna has to start going for submissions here, and regardless of the technique or the body parts, whether it's an armbar or fucking or the Carafuda or the super something.
And Shayna want to move. Becky away from the ropes. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and Shayna has a pinfall. 4 minutes left.
Shayna has to basically get a pin or submission a minute here.
And into the Carafuda clutch. This could be number 2. Is the man going to tap? Is the man going to tap? The man taps.
And she does. We are now 4-2, ladies and gentlemen. Shayna Bazler finally getting in that.
Shayna going for the cover to get to 1.
Two.
Oh, it's 4-3.
Step away.
Shayna Bazler
taking advantage of the fact
Bazler trying to mount to come back.
Feel not okay. And what is basically a minute, she's down 1.
But a suicida. Bazler had to roll out, and she was too tired to go on. And Becky now could take advantage, but Bazler with the absolute heart of a champion. What an effort by the Queen of Spades. Down 4-0, now 4-3. Anything can happen in 3 minutes, but Bazler has got to get back up. She's got to regain consciousness and regain control. But the man not letting her do that. No, she can't. Keep the foot off the gas, off the top rope. Forearm to the back of the head.
Lynch now stalking Shayna.
2.5 minutes to go. These women just made history. Diesel Dave already awarding this the first 5-star women's match in OCW history. And another manhandle slam to Shayna. 1, 2, 3.
Now 5-3. Becky Lynch back up 2. I think that was important here. Is she looking for another one?
Shayna, though, knowing that she's never quite out of this match, what a backdrop to Lynch. Another Karafuda clutch could tie it up. She got 2 falls the last time. Kick to the arm, foot to the neck, wearing down the man. But she's got to go now. She's got to go now. 1:50 left. And now on top of Becky, punches to the face. More punches to the face. We have 1:40 left. Shayna's got to go now if she wants it. Becky, though, wisely rolling out, but now coming back in. Shayna's got to take advantage. And kicks. The man's down. The man is down.
We got another 25 left. Shayna's working over Becky, trying to weaken her, hopefully looking for that Karafuda, but I don't think she's had enough time at this point.
Shayna needs 2 falls, and she needs them fast to make the tie.
Yeah, again, kicking Becky Lynch, but Lynch back up now. We have about 1:03 left, ladies and gentlemen. Nice whip.
I think Lynch might have just been able to ice it. She ices it with that kick. And Becky Lynch, oh, wait a minute. Shayna, though, fighting until the end.
Oh. Yeah, I thought she was going for cover there, but she just seems to be trying to work over. I think Shayna's letting her frustrations get her here.
And Shayna, what's she looking for? Oh, she's got something locked in. Trying to get Lynch to tap. Got 30 seconds. She needs this here and now. She's going to tap. It's 5-4. It's 5-4. Does she go back for another submission? The man is up.
If Becky can just fade her out for another 17 seconds, this is it. Oh, no.
Oh, no, another manhandle slam. And Bazler, and this could be it. 1, 2, 3.
The man going back up 6-4. Becky Lynch saying, no matter what you do, I can do it better. And with that, and a score of 6-4, Becky Lynch wins her second ever Overdrive Women's Championship and woman match.
What a match by both women. Bazler mounting a serious comeback at one point, staying in the match as long as she could, but Becky Lynch for 30 total minutes, in her last 2 defenses, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is the glorious women's champion. And you have to be happy after that main event, Elias. I know you're grinning ear to ear with one hand down your pants right now.
Well, I don't know about that in my pants, but it's definitely in the air and excitement. And if my math's not wrong, that means Becky Lynch now in Iron Woman matches is 11-5. Absolutely astounding record here.
And of course, that being history for the White brand, the first women's main event. And just, I don't think you could have asked for a better main event. Both women putting everything on the line. And Becky Lynch ultimately showing once again why she is the man. But Shayna Bazler, still has an opportunity at gold with her partner, Mia Yim. So we'll see them in action in the coming weeks. But this loss will be on the back of her mind for the weeks to come. I just know it will.
Oh, absolutely. Shayna has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. And she still has to look forward to the semifinals next week, where she'll be taking on the Odd Couple, along with her partner and DRE teammate, Mia Yim. And hopefully Shayna and Mia can catapult themselves into the finals for the Women's Tag Team Championship.
But of course, that's next week. Before we take a break and move on to the Orange brand partner, your final thoughts on this show?
Again, absolutely knocking me out of the park. No match truly felt like a disappointment here tonight. Absolutely astounded by the fact that this main event, and obviously Lance Archer and Roman Reigns went the way that they did. Shout out Lance. I definitely have plans for you in the future after seeing that you just absolutely pouring your heart out here tonight. Um, Battle Royale was kind of weird. Obviously, we'll take a look at that referee going forward, but I'm not going to take that away from Solo. Solo earned his victory. Like obviously, every guy in the match knew what was going on. I feel like we were confused, but things happen. Becky Lynch once again proving that she is the A champion, not only in both women's divisions, but maybe out of the entire promotion. And I'm very excited to see what's next for her.
And of course, the Orange brand up next has a lot to live up to tonight. A great showing by the athletes here on Glory. But of course, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we have an incredible night of action over on Overdrive Pride. A pair of championship matches as Jon Moxley takes on the returning Will Ospreay. And of course, RK Bro taking on Imperium as Imperium goes for all the gold. Plus, OCW's first ever three-way dance. That is all coming your way in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. Now, where's the thing? Where's the thing that I always do? Oh yeah, it's over here. Don't say anything stupid, Eli. We're still on air.